I don't know if we get to hear me, Chad, but this is about 2 minutes. You're streaming. Well, thank you. Hi, everybody. You should like, share, subscribe, and support you. We're all streamers of the stream. You know me better than that. You have our discussion. Because it should be in my conversations and such playlist, and I don't think it is. So, you wanna?
This is really it. I'm recording. Say something.
All right. Hey, everybody. Okay. Well, welcome to the. Did you? No, you didn't. But check this out.
The list?
Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room? I want to cast Magic Missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet. I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile. Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here. I'm attacking the darkness.
God loves me because he sent me Grim Grizz. I know he loves me.
Remember, everybody.
There is no agency. We want
what's best. Something.
You're over here. I'm pointing in the opposite direction of where you are on my screen. No, you're looking the wrong way. Yes, now you're looking. Yes.
You're over here. Okay.
So
how you doing?
Hey.
There's no better place for me to give this footage. Really.
Yeah.
Hoax, but he wouldn't use it. So.
Hoax? Yeah, I would.
Skills, that guy.
Hoax is very talented. I like his live editing segments and the music stuff. I don't like the rest of the show because if I wanted to watch that footage.
Oh, that red cup. Ladies and gentlemen, that red cup ended up in a trash can at the Tampa airport on a cool morning, like 5:30 in the morning. Hey, everybody, here's your savings throws for this Sunday service.
which I would just.
Which I still didn't do as an overlay. You didn't. Here, this was yesterday. We had a clock tower watch test, everybody, and that was fabulous. We're going ahead with the Deadwood Dandies project on the Discord. We're gonna stop in between scenes and like explore the archetypes and the relationships and all the learning and the sharing and the it's gonna be a participatory knowing fest of fests that I don't know how to. You got to be there to understand it, but people are into it, and so it's gonna happen. Apparently on Saturdays at some time we're gonna argue and settle the time during the week here. Here it is. It's beautiful, man. This is the this is this stream here. Boom, the Sunday service stream. Look at that's what this was what the AI gave me for spiritual free will and the law of confusion. I don't have the link handy, Chad. That's the problem. And you always ask during a stream. I think what you send them via the Discord. Is that where those are at? I have the confusion. We're doing savings throws right now. It's survival, social, wisdom, or heart. And then I got a little spiel. I'll read some. Maybe people will come on. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's a Sunday service stream. Those are sometimes special. Choose. Oh. Survivalists. 11, the number of transformation. Socialists. 11, the number of transformation. Sophists. 10, I think it's the number of completion. Hard folks, 10. So 11, 11, 10, 10 are the savings throws today. Welcome to Sunday service. I'm glad you're happy there. Okay, yeah. Okay, Magic, you and Chad work out the links. I'm gonna we're turning the branding off. Let's see if there's any. I think that's probably. Let's jump into the middle real quick of this and see if there's something worth playing.
For 1,000, no less, non-negotiable fees. So, yeah, man, I don't know.
It's a weird time we live in.
Yeah.
Some time to recognize, just take some time to grow. Just take some time to understand why I just gotta go back home. All alone, you're feeling like you wanna be all alone. But you don't have to be, you wanna go back home. Where you felt you belong, you just don't know. You're moving on and on and on and on and on. Take some time to recognize, just take some time to grow. Just take some time to understand why I just gotta go all alone. That you don't have to wanna go back home. When you felt you belong, you trust your love. You're moving on and on and on and on and on and on.
Sometimes dream of what life would be without you. Grabbing hold of me. Now my soul is cold. My heart can't explode away. I know I can't control it, but I will find it deep inside me. The answers to my life could never, just forever. Wake me up to life after, 'cause I don't know what it makes it good. My life is your love on your side. Don't know what is left in front of me. I'm falling down the endless pit of nothingness. I said that I like, but it never will. So I slowly die. I cannot tell for myself.
How about that middle there, guys? Like, I don't know, I thought it started pretty rough, and then the drums brought it together in unison nicely, and then I don't know what to make at the end there. Thanks, Chad, for providing us that the musical portion of our Sunday service stream, which has this beautiful, provided by the Demon AI Drawing Slaves, this beautiful this thing there. It's representative of spiritual free will and the law of confusion, as drawn by the AI people at Night Cafe. Also, read my Substack God Mask. I'm desperate for attention on it. Now, I will read from the stolen journals briefly, and then continue playing you clips of things. The stolen journals come from The God Emperor of Dune by Frank Herbert. I see the assassins have failed. You know the myth of the Great Spice Hoard? Yes, I know about that story too. A major domo brought it to me one day to amuse me. The story says there is a hoard of melange, a gigantic hoard as big as a great mountain. The hoard is concealed in the depths of a distant planet. It is not Arrakis, that planet. It is not Dune. The spice was hidden there long ago, even before the First Empire and the Spacing Guild. The story says Paul Muad'Dib went there and lives yet beside the hoard, kept alive by it, waiting. The majordomo did not understand why the story disturbed me. And then, here's some of this.
For everything.
Right, which is like I was thinking he's destroying Gnosticism with facts and logic here. Really.
and that is the kind of Gnosticism.
Letter 16 of Meditations on Matero. Talberg destroys Gnosticism with facts
That's
and
right.
logic.
Well, that's the Gnosticism that infects the fathers. That's the Gnosticism that infects most of Christianity, at least to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
Where and it's extended to that canard that the earth is not our real home.
Yeah.
Okay, where is our real home? Heaven. Where is that? Haven't you ever read the Book of Revelation?
Yeah.
Or Genesis? I mean, come on.
When in Christian history did people start first thinking of like heaven as the destination?
That's Platonic. That's a Platonic notion that happened, I think.
Well, that's a bad reading of Plato, though.
It is, but it's a Platonic reading.
It's a preferred.
Well, it's not a bad reading. Plato says the spiritual reality is the real reality.
So we would probably place that in the Renaissance then, right? Because that's when people would have started like really reading Plato.
I think way before that.
The fathers. It's in the patristic period.
Yeah.
Not all over the place, but it's there for sure.
Which fathers? There's a lot of them that it's not in too.
Tertullian, the first one that comes to mind. Origin, even as much as.
I'm gonna let them keep talking, but I gotta look something up while they do.
So
yeah, definitely. Origin.
Augustine.
Uh-huh.
Augustine was a kind of a he was trained.
Yeah, but this origin.
Origin's I think a little bit more complicated case though.
That's what I mean.
This origin excerpt that he has here kind of gives the body a break, right?
Right. Like well, of course, we all know the story about Origin. I think it's told by Bede that he castrated himself.
Yeah. But that
now some people say that's not.
I hadn't made it to that line. Oh boy. How about some of the little bit of feeding the ducks to help with that. So what happened was they got into all these who's who people again, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, why don't we have trading cards for theologians? And then, as it is with so much in this world, the great idea that you just had, you just haven't searched for it yet. And but the only thing I found really was this. And it's like $21, but it's got like 300 different theologians. And those as little pop-up placards when these people say these things would be so worthwhile. But, so, I don't know, I just have, okay, when I was growing up as a smart kid, and everybody was like, ooh, sports guy can throw ball in hoop. Let's give me his trading card. Ooh, sports guy can hit the ball. I'm like, where's the Marie Curie trading card? Why are it's still held over from that. I'm always going to want trading cards. I just need to smoke a bowl with the guy who owns Wizard from the Coast, and it'd be great. He'd be great.
I'm Chad the Alcoholic, and the creator of the Friday Morning Nameless channel. I'd like to welcome you to join us for the latest and greatest and most up-to-date information about all the things happening in this corner of the internet. I want to thank you for your time and your attention.
Chezi, I gotta say, bro, that's probably divine timing. Here's the next segment.
Right? If I grew up in a quote modern house and I wanted to do my report about Moses for school. So I go to my father, and my father goes to his library and gives me some books. Seemingly with a new AI little chat that's going on right now that is just giving you answers. Or the second Elon Musk gets this in my head, which he's already doing now with Neuralink, I'm not going to ask my dad for the information for the report. I'm just going to do the thing. And then I'm going to go to my dad or my teacher that's not ready for this response. And I'm going to tell him, dear teacher, what do you think about the fact that Ramesses II's tomb is like the exact size of the tabernacle? And who's this Freud guy? And what is he talking about Moses? And there's a guy named Sargon of Akkad that he predates our story in like a basket. So what's that? And if the teacher has no frame of reference how to deal with this.
See, this is exactly what I meant to, why I stuck around when I saw the estuary movement was starting, is because like I'm out on the internet where there's Watts and the Apocrypha and all esoterica, and you guys are doing all this denominational infighting out here. But the souls you're concerned with are meanwhile consorting with such as those who say such terrible things as Sargon of Akkad. And so that's, to me, estuary saltwater. And none of the Christians I see are at all prepared for questions like that. Like I was trying to get Kale to a point where I could poke him on the, why is y'all's telescope named Lucifer? There's so much. It's the same with MK Ultra and all the government stuff. It's like when everybody was keeping the hush hush stuff hush hush, they had no idea the amount of knowledge that the public would gain access to and our ability to look into stuff. And before they shut it all down, like all sorts of stuff is being apocalypsed, revealed, you know. So how is the faith going to deal with that? And that's I don't know, like, the Christians go to the words of Jesus? That's what I would do. But you know, this thing. Oh, and but the good news is I wanted to push Saint Sartori's project to bring craftsmanship and guilds and craftsmen's guilds back into the church, I guess. And I pressed the wrong button. He called it repairing the split, though, dude.
And we tend to overlook them, and we undervalue them as a resource to help build up the next generation. But, you know, as I'm approaching that, I think one part of remedying that problem is to bring back this division that was caused, and to realize, like, if you work in some sort of a building trade, you are just as much an artist in a way. And you know, it's different because you're not necessarily making things just for people to look at, but there is a beauty. You know, I think like engineers understand this, because there's a beauty in things that are well designed, but there's also a beauty in somebody who, you know, frames a house really efficiently and really consistently and does all those things. And so, you know, the pride of craftsmanship, I think, applies to all things. But I think also there is probably more room than a lot of people realize in the building trades to be creative and helping.
So he gets to it at some point, but basically the rise of the Christian artisan is coming through that venue. Watch for it. It's very exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined by Jacob Faturechi himself, Chad, the media mogul of this little corner.
I got
Empire
out
building.
of bed for this.
Aw. Chad says his pastor is watching the PVK rough draft. I think he would have been better off watching my take on the Beatitudes, but, you know, that's the way I am with that. Let's feed the ducks since you're awake. Or we can do daydreaming. Let's try that. You get to hear it?
Yeah.
Let's just do some of that. How's it going, man? What's going on? Welcome to Sunday service.
Why don't you go to church?
Because they all believe that the Jew part of Jesus is important. It's very awkward for me. But you did come in just in time because
Tyranny in you, right? It's all about the proposition.
Well, you know, people are sticky. Relationships are sticky. And I always kind of want to escape here. So it's like, it's wrong to make deep ties that will hurt when you leave. And I don't know, there's a lot of it. But basically, this is a pretty safe place to avoid existing in meat space. So, and it's cheap here. So it's where I landed. Hey, Eve. Oh, I'm competing with Bible study. Well, we can fix that. Thanks. Wait, maybe. Can we? No, I don't think. No, all the stars I had all the Beatitudes starred because Magic put them in chat last time, but they're all gone now.
Yeah, each studio is new.
I'll give you another reading from the stolen journals. Eve. Pardon me, Dick. I'll bring you back. The Duncans sometimes ask if I understand the exotic ideas of our past. And if I understand them, why can't I explain them? Knowledge, the Duncans believe, reside only in particulars. I try to tell them all words are plastic. Word images begin to distort the instant of utterance. Ideas embedded in a language require that particular language for expression. This is the very essence of the meaning within the word exotic. See how it begins to distort? Translation squirms in the presence of the exotic. The galak which I speak here imposes itself. It is an outside frame of reference, a particular system. Dangers lurk in all systems. Systems incorporate the unexamined beliefs of their creators. Adopt a system, accept its beliefs, and you help strengthen the resistance to change. Does it serve any purpose for me to tell the Duncans that there are no languages for some things? But the Duncans believe that all languages are mine. There, I hope that helps, Eve. Welcome, Jacob. I brought you back immediately after. I was about to run the guy with the eyes, as he's known colloquially for people who watch the Fringe Encounters. You want to do some of that?
Sure.
Oh, wait, Chad is coming to save us. Spared from the eye guy. What's up, Chad?
Hey, guys.
Oh, you're that voice.
How
What's
are you?
Boker Tov, Jacob? Jacob, what's a Boker Tov?
Boker means morning and Tov means good.
Boker Tov, everybody. Boker Tov. She gets
Boker
lippy,
Tov.
Boker Tov. That's what I always say. Never said before. What's going on? I'm trying to be virtually not alone with everybody. Watch, we'll put the bubble up.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't have anything when I started, and by the time the stream was ready, there was some things for me to play, but All I got left is the birthday party announcement on Pastor Paul's live stream. Everybody, I'll run the clip. It's gonna be, I guess it's probably around 2 my time, noon Pacific. Is maybe noon 30, I think he says.
Yeah.
It's Freddie's birthday live stream. Apparently, there's a lot of birthdays going around today, from what I understand.
Happy birthday, everybody!
Happy birthday, people! Tell me in the comments of this wonderful live stream that you all leave so often. Have you had any encounters with are there birthday twins in your life? Do you have birthday twins, and are they in weird relationships with other people in your family? What's up with you and your birthday twins? Because I have like some weird ones, but I don't. Tommy Lee Jones, bro. Oh, anyway.
My birthday twin is Jordan Peterson. Actually,
you're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Wow, bro. Wow. Do you know any, Jacob? Or is that we're too revealing? Oh no, she's bringing. All right, I guess we're doing Bible study, everybody. We're getting the Beatitudes again. Well, these are the ones we did last time. We got to Meek, where I was like, "Are we using Peterson's Meek or the real Meek?" We can consult with Miriam and get the real Meek. That was the next play. I was getting tired yesterday. What can I say? You know, that happens to people.
Well, I was just on my way to go have brunch with my in-laws. And I wanted to drop in and tell you guys that I think you're amazing and that I care for you. And I like what you're doing. And I mean, other than what Jacob's doing, but I mean, mostly what he's doing, I like. And look at that smile. I just want to bitch slap him a little bit so he can smile like that. You're so nice.
Whoa! We get a little S&M for a Sunday service there, Chad. But I appreciate you stopping in and sharing the love and being virtually not alone with Even Magic and everybody in the Hive Mind too. Forcing the song down my throat was a bit much, but you got what you wanted. And I hope you feel good about yourself.
I do. Yeah. So yeah, and have a good one.
Love you, Chad. What's going on,
Treaty
Jacob?
of Versailles. That's my birthday twin.
I believe it. I believe it's got like personal myth significance for you.
It does.
All right. I'm sure I made you do one before, but let's do a fresh one. Ready, set. No, remember it.
A fresh what? I have no
a
clue.
fresh no agency voiceover. Oh, dude, I blew my own mind today. It was so wild. Like I finally went
You'll
and
go
I
blind
say,
if you keep on doing that.
I'm already blind because that's how I do it. I saw what I had been blind to. So like I was finally saving this to like be able to do this with it. Remember, Embody.
There is no agency. We want
what's best. And then I discovered when I was saving it that the acronym for Remember Embody There Is No Agency, it's fucking Retina. This whole time. I just now see that. All right, you know.
Good morning, Jacob. Good morning, Grizz.
Good morning. Good evening.
Good
What is it
evening,
there?
Jake. It
9?
is evening. It is 10 to 8.
How was the future?
There's something to that, like in Australia, it's always like the next day. So don't be feared that the world will end today because that day has already happened in Australia. So there's like some t-shirt like that or something. Grizz, first of all, it was interesting to see you on Nordic's channel reading some poetry. I'm not exactly sure what you were reading, but you felt a little out of character, so it was just fun to see. And
singing on that channel, bro.
I saw the clip you just posted of me speaking to Rabbi Malott about the Chat GPT, which, by the way, is like I think I hear that every day now. I hear someone's telling me about that, how quickly that has made its way through the culture and through society. So
I got to
I
do a
agree.
corner social memory shout out because Karen Wong brought that stuff up when the article dropped about the parent of the Chat GPTs that spawns the little one, about its sentience. That landed before they gave us any toy access to it. But go ahead.
So, but Jacob doesn't think that that's something that we should be so worried about. He thinks like the technology is like, is like in its baby steps, and like there's nothing that we need to be concerned about. And I think that like that is before he's gonna wake up one day and it's just gonna be completely overwhelming, where the whole world has changed.
Talk to Yosef.
That's every day, bro.
Talk to Yosef. This Elon Musk hypes up everything, and like, yeah, we're going to Mars in the next 5 years, and I'm gonna have a chip in your head in the next year, and my car is gonna be self-driving next month, and none of this stuff happens.
Well, we do have self-driving cars. I do think I do think we're going to get to Mars, and Elon Musk put a chip inside a monkey's head, and they're playing a game as we speak.
What's more disturbing, if we want to talk about disturbing research, is that the Chinese scientists have put human genes into monkey embryos that made them smarter.
Not monkey embryos. They did that with the CRISPR. He did that to 2 embryos. I think it's human embryos that they can't get HIV, and it made them smarter.
No,
but
I know. So that's a different one. The one I'm talking about, they put human genes into monkeys and made them smarter.
You're saying they just wanted to make sure Planet of the Apes like really screws us, so like they didn't want to.
I will officially look it up and find it for you and send it to Discord or something, man. It's but one of the things, especially with AI, right? Back in the Google Plus days. Sorry, getting the monster. Paps, man, monster. I found this article about, it said that the robots evolved the ability to deceive. And the guy does this experiment where like he puts these fields of energy and these little robots with wheels and an antenna and a light. And they run around, and if they don't get enough energy, they die. And the ones that don't die, he takes their software up to the next version and runs it again. And eventually they start communicating with each other to where like food's over here, guys, and they'll blink their light, and then the rest will come over. And then eventually, like they also, ones will like blink where there's not food and then go to where the food was they found. They'll like find food and then go off to where there's not food and say, hey, everybody. And then go but basically, as far as once, my opinion is once it's outside of human direct observation, like that's when anything can happen, because that's when the or who knows then, because the decider is not us or the laws. The laws of physics are the laws of physics, but there's all sorts of gray zones through all sorts of this place. So who knows?
But Jacob, you think that like there's no version, and I forget, like 1,000,000 years from now, you think like in the next 1,000 years or so, human beings are basically saying the same. We don't have to worry about that.
No. I am not. No.
So what's your timeline?
It may be 100 years. It may be 20. It may be 50.
That's this.
No, it's not this in your life, Chezi.
20 years, bro. 20 years, like 60 is like the new 20. You know what I'm talking about? Like why in 60?
Chezi,
all right, Chezi,
you have to live the next 20 years.
We're a realist.
And that's best case scenario. So like, yes, you have to shift time frames appropriately. And that's the thing you don't do at all well. Like 2,000 years of Jewish history, you're willing to throw into the garbage as if it's nothing. And then and then you're talking about, 20 years is nothing. Like, and it's like, Get your time frames correct, my dear friend.
Hey, Lenny. First of all, I'm on your side of this debate. Jacob has no appropriate understanding of the rate of the acceleration of change. However, I have to do an interrupt because my ADD has noticed. My snitch told me, "Hey, the word of the day is short shrift."
Short
shrift.
How is 2 words a word of the day? You stupid dictionary page. But it most often used to mean little or no attention or consideration. It is also sometimes synonymous with quick work, as in she made short shrift of that jigsaw puzzle. Okay, thank you for the interrupt, everybody. I have to do those sometimes.
Short shift. I've never heard that. Short shift.
Shitty job by
Jacob,
the sounds of it.
you could take a look. You could take a look at Brett
You
Weinstein
can
talking
argue
about.
over on Jacob's channel. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Grizz. This is all you. This is all you.
Sir,
Thank you for.
Sir, because of the clip I played of you, I want you. My personal opinion is we're in a depopulation phase, and basically migration of the herds to keep the intelligence level manageable with a shrinking of the attention span. So,
Did you watch Coronius Focus's videos?
No, not yet.
You really need to watch them.
Well, have a watch party and invite me. Those are going off like bangers. I got my Deadwood one on Saturday. Is fabulous, guys. You should come by.
I haven't thought about Deadwood. I just saw that in forever. What's that guy's name? Swedgen? Oh, I thought, what a good show.
Swear Engine.
Swear Engine.
And that's
what
like the most like. There's so much in people's names. All right.
No, but what's it called? There's that like Chinese guy that comes and he calls him Swedgen. No, it doesn't.
Yes, Wu calls him Swedgen. It's good.
What a good show.
It's such a great show, and like the archetypes and the way they interact are so vivid. It's easy to like talk about those archetypal relationships and that kind of education. Plus, to me, this space is frontier. This digital space we're talking in now, this is frontier. So, having that as a metaphor amongst the community, I think will help immensely. So, there it is. We're doing Saturdays right now.
I think that's actually a very interesting idea that this is analogous to Frontier. Wow. I wonder who the Pinkertons are.
Do you wonder, Chezi? Do you wonder? I hope my prediction is that if it goes well, we'll probably end up doing 1883 next because everybody's very I hear lots of good things about that, but this is a great prototype. Good times.
Jacob, I don't know if Grizz saw this, but Jacob had like a mini live stream with his cousin that he brought out of the woodwork, who's like apparently like a social media mogul or influencer. So I was also glad to see that Jacob is becoming woke.
Very.
Well, mission work. Everybody, we got to go. I have this like Camelot village, flotilla. I got all sorts of metaphors for this place, but the rubber's got to meet the road at some point. We got to do something for the Twitch kids. Like put something out, like some bait in those waters. We got David Walker doing the shorts for here, but there's like something ought to go to TikTok. Even like Verbake's best one-liners. I don't know. We got to put. I don't know. We're doing a lot, and it's
PVK on TikTok. There's a lot of hand motions. I don't know. Most of the time, it's just hands moving around the screen.
But I think for me, this has got to be Lobster Monkey stuff. It's got to be Lobster Monkeys that do it. We can't have the big brains like Peugeot and Verbeke and stuff have to also learn TikTok. I mean, it's bad enough how much they've had to learn YouTube, and I think we can compete with the CAA eventually. But so for me, this whole Deadwood thing, the reaping, the clips, and that's the Deadwood. So we're starting now. It's season 3. We're going for it. Let's see what happens.
That is so amazing.
Thank you.
Jacob, and hopefully in 2 weeks, I think you said, let's keep it safe, 3 weeks, you have your announcement.
Well, I mean, part of what's keeping it up is your discussion tomorrow. But yes, competing with the CAA is definitely like I never considered putting it that way. But yes, that is exactly what I want us to do. And the fact that Grim sees these.
Look,
patterns.
dude. The way the system works,
Yeah.
okay, is if you can't beat your own beast, it's your fault, and we get more points if we tell you. And Jerry Maguire came out, and did anybody pay attention to the way that ended? That's like the CAA confession movie, right? And apparently, there's a lot of drama around the writers' strike. It was their fault because they wouldn't disclose who was giving them money, which eventually got resolved in some deal I'm unaware of, because you never hear about how things get resolved or what the status is afterwards. You just hear about the conflict. So I don't know.
The fact people think you're a conspiracy theorist just shows how stupid our sense-making mechanisms are.
I am. I have the theory that if we breathe together, then life is better.
Okay,
Yeah, but Jacob, you would understand how, let's say, you're a run-of-the-mill person, and you could say that this little corner controls for your average person, but your average person seeing Grizz, hearing him talk about lobster monkeys reaping in Deadwood would, I don't know if he necessarily understands
really
off the bat.
It's funny. I was talking to somebody, and he was like, Grizz is brilliant, but like I can't watch him because I don't understand any of the things he says. And I'm like, well, yeah, because I'm not sure Grizz understands most of the things he says.
I hope he understands something.
It's all in here. The right questions can pull it out. It's hard. I haven't put it in a way for me to, all by myself. But
the thing is, part of what you do is art, and I'm not sure an artist really sees the beauty and the layers of like the things they create.
Allow me to make your point.
Hmm?
Remember, Embody, there is no agency. We want what's best.
Yeah, that's your point. I didn't see Retina until today, and I've been doing that for as the starter clip showed since the front. I don't. Yeah, there's things I'm doing I'm not aware of, and part of what you do as a screeing is you allow yourself to be a billboard for what, like, either golden or dark shadows people need to project, so because they can't see it in themselves, they can see it in you, and so there's a lot of holding, like being vague enough and mysterious enough to like be a bigger billboard for people. But ultimately, I'd rather be supported comfortably, obviously, by what I do, but also just have like maybe 2,000 that steal whatever I'm saying and like figure out what it means and actually apply it. Because I can't.
I'm sorry, Grizz, but you're going to be a starving artist forever. That's just who you are.
I'm comfortable with the starving. It's not starving on my own.
Is there a specific, like, you're not specifically going for a Jesus look though, right? As your hair grows longer and your beard comes in, is that like some of that happening there? Or?
Well, what happened was they told me I had to make some poor lady and myself wear a mask to get a haircut. And so I said, no, thank you. And this is the result of that.
I see.
Like my friend, my one of my old roommates, I still have contact with, jokes that I've turned into the Dollar General Jesus. And I embrace that. I could go from because that's one of the things that's almost in every poor small town is the Dollar General. I could totally travel around doing healings at Dollar General if the Lord so desires. That'd be great. But no, I'm not crafting an image. If that's what the implication.
Jacob saying you're an artist was making me think, and you saying I want 2,000 people to then take my stuff and go on with it, or take my creation and continue with it.
I don't want to have to change myself in the way it's required to be that level of popular. I mean, like the popular success route would require me to change myself more than I'm willing to. So, like, C, D, F levels, just whatever. But I still think that I see things people don't, and if that helps some people.
You said something to me. I think like one of the first time I was talking, maybe it was like after my call with my randos chat with Paul. I was talking to someone else, and you said I think it was you joined for a second. You said they will don't let them suck you dry or something. And I'm asking you, do you and I guess I say this not in any way complaining, but this little corner seemingly has managed to put its talons in me, because like I definitely feel like, you know, I'm on this a lot, I'm talking here a lot, like it definitely has taken like time, and the time that I'm investing myself. But do you feel, back to you, Grizz, and you're talking about popularity, do you feel like some of you has been sucked into this? And how much of this right now, going back to that first randos conversation you had with Paul, how much of that Grizz is still here, and how much of this is now something that evolved into the channel? Does that make any sense?
Well, there's so much of like I don't know. I don't know if it's what the name for the motive is, but it's like those poor Christians. And so being here and trying to get Paintball for Jesus going feels like that's the draw of staying in the corner for me. It's like this still feels like the place I can reach to get, like it's the best service I can do for Paintball for Jesus. So that's been keeping me here. The excitement of people actually starting to do the reaping and the stuff in the loom room I haven't properly sorted yet is super exciting, because I don't know, like people try to fix the injustice they feel they were dealt. Like my mom beat the crap out of me, so I'm not gonna hit my kids, you know, that kind of thing. And like I think like my big one was if anybody had given me a proper heads up, then like at 14, everything would be different. Like I had no the initiation, the lack of the initiation ritual is what it's crystallized into now. And so it's like that. It's like I'm done for me, you know. I'm not in the fight for myself. I haven't been for a long time. But if I can help give some up and coming a heads up, and you know, orient them, let them in on the game they're actually playing, because a big part of the game is to keep the people confused about what's actually going on, so you can milk them for their time, energy, and attention.
Chris is the ultimate red pilled person. He is like red pilled.
But if you want to get politics, I think the Fifth Amendment is the only chance left for Lady Liberty in the United States. Otherwise, she's gone to China.
No, red pill. Forget politics. The red pill is not about politics. A person becomes a red pill when they realize that their distributed cognition is failing them, and that requires them to burst out of their distributed cognition, and they don't know what to do.
Well, they also don't know what to do. I used an example before of like we've all used to be tethered to like a Walter Cronkite that basically told us like what's what, and now Anderson Cooper is clearly a liar. Don Lemon is lying. Chris Cuomo, him and his brother, it's all fake.
Why are they letting the mask drop? Did everybody
They're not
get
letting
so bad at lying?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think it's multiple things. One is it goes back to technology and the internet. I think I given this example before, where like if we went back in time and we had social media, you would find a picture of like Gandhi eating when he was supposed to be fasting, because like it just no one knew what was going on, and everyone just felt like, okay, so like it's done. It's like now we find out about the CIA. Yeah, guess what? Everyone in America killed JFK. So what? Like, so big deal. So like it's becoming more and more evident how, and you could take it from Fauci all the way to back to JFK, that it's like a house of cards, right? There's so many lies, there's so many, and it really makes people feel.
Dude, you said the magic words. That is, like, I was still pretty left at some point, right? And then Netflix, which is like owned by the Obamas or whatever the relationship actually is, they put out this House of Cards, which is like the autobiography of Bill Clinton and how Hillary's supposed to be the queen. And like nobody on the left can see it. They love the show, eat the show, and they don't see the
It's multiple
dissonance.
levers, because Kevin
Fascinating.
Spacey, I think that he's also been to Jeffrey Epstein's island, right? So like it's all, and he had his allegations. So it's clear the mask is slipping. The problem is everyone distrusts everyone in a certain extent, and that really there's a full breakdown. Well, this goes back to what some of the people were tethered to hear through Jordan Peterson. Seemingly, Jordan Peterson at the time suddenly splashed into the scene by making order out of chaos, and people were like, "Okay, this seems like these facts and this fact and this fact seems to be solid enough, so I could." He was sort of re-educating people again, and there was nothing novel about it. It was just like telling you what your dad said, and everyone's like, "Oh, I haven't heard that voice."
You what the dad you didn't have
Sure.
would have told you.
Correct. Well, this goes back to you saying the 14-year-old.
The first thing he did was flag himself as a person willing to throw his status away for what he believed in, and not letting queers put words in his mouth.
But because that was real, because in social media today, or like when it's seemingly everyone on Instagram is living the most amazing life, or like it's very hard to know even what's real.
I can't
but
speak
here,
to Instagram, but that's the thing, dude. All of these platforms, they're attention farms, and if you haven't seen that yet, they have their own cult, their own subcult, they're little nations, they're mental nations. There's this whole water ethereal net we're in, because especially once the money and the identity started flowing through it became something other than this is the internet and this is real life. There's so much, and that's what this is. That's what's happening, is the merging of those two realities.
So I think Kathy Newman, right, was like the awakening for a lot of people, because during that stream, it was like, it was sort of everyone was watching as part of like the excitement of someone getting destroyed. And then it was just like, he keeps on saying the right thing and it's working. Like, it's just like, he's like, I'm very, very, very careful with my words. And everyone was like, wow, like, look at that, it's happening. And I think for people that was like, okay, if I do stick in the straight and narrow and I am careful with my words, and I quote unquote, like, this guy clearly, cleaned his room and he's wearing his suit and he managed to walk through fire. And I think for people that was like, okay, Kathy Newman is everyone. There's bullshit on everyone. They're going to throw it. There's inflation. There's no inflation. We have too much money. There's not enough money. Bitcoin, like, it doesn't mean anything. It requires someone to talk back to and be like, well, no, 0.3, 4, 5, and 6. And I think that's what allowed for like live streaming and podcasts. It seemingly people went back to saying, okay, it seems like we need to go back to talk things out, really make sure we're understanding each other. Because only then, with 3 people, 4 people, truth starts to emerge. And I think, like, with all the talking heads and all the shows, and you could see people felt comfortable enough to take, One Tree Hill or the OC or whatever the show is, and just copy paste. comedians, copy paste. So, you know, on that note, I need a bus back home. But I hear Paul Vanderklay's having a birthday party or something like that.
Yes, I understand it to be in about an hour and a half. It's Freddie's birthday, and there's going to be a special live stream. I will run that commercial now.
See you guys later.
See you. Thanks.
I am not seeing the commercial.
I know me either. All right.
Freddie's birthday is. Hi, this is Paul. I wanted to make a brief announcement.
Is the sound
This
working?
Sunday, probably about 12:30. I think that'll be about the time when we finish up the service. And Freddie's birthday is next week, and he's turning 50. And so we're gonna have a little cake after church, and once that all settles down, we'll have a special Freddie and Paul show, probably between 12:30 and 1. We are going to live stream the Freddie and Paul show. And that means that if anybody wants to wish Freddie a happy birthday, you can do that in the live chat. If anybody wants to ask Freddie a question, you can put that in the live chat. Rick will be monitoring the chat, and Freddie will answer any questions that you have. I told Freddie a few months ago that this is something that we could do, and he was very excited about that. So I think Fancy Nancy will be there. I don't know if Philip, the Jesus man, will be there or not, but we'll have a very special Freddie and Paul show this Sunday, probably between 12:30 and 1. And if you'd like to join us, be there live, and we'll see what happens. You never really quite know what's going to happen on the Freddie and Paul show.
Tess, say something, Jacob.
Hello.
Like the audio is
his
super
audio
weird
is
for
kind
that.
of low. Yeah.
Super weird for me. I think I'm gonna wrap it up though.
Do you have anything you want to say in conclusion?
Be good to each other.
All right, thank you, Jacob. Everybody, thank you for being here. I hope it was at least an interesting conversation. I didn't know what was gonna happen with this. Here's a birthday gift to important people. Oh no, we have this first. Good night, everybody. Happy Sunday.